I started my business when I nearly got fired, and it was a seismic moment in my life because at that time I had a big job, some would say successful career in the corporate world. I was marketing director at a big drinks company, lots of people working for me, multi-million pound budgets, but I wasn't really happy. And it all culminated in a moment of getting called into HR and an envelope being read out to me saying I'd broken some rules on sharing some data with one of our suppliers, and that I was going to undertake a disciplinary for something so silly. And I remember at that time when I was talking to HR, my boss, thinking to myself, I'm not going to go through a disciplinary. I need to do something different. I need to get out of this world. And it was one of those turning points in my life where I knew the future wasn't there and I had to go and do something different. And so I went home, spoke to my wife. She supported me. She had a great job in fashion. And I said, you continue that work, but I'm going to go and start a new business. I took her name. Her name's Alexa. We call the business Alex and Alexa. And I went back to my job, handed my notice in, and left with no job to go to, and set up this new business called Alex and Alexa, which was a kids' fashion business. And I had no experience in fashion, no experience in online selling. And I was going to do both of these things. And in some ways, that was a good thing because I could rewrite the rules how I wanted to run the business, how I wanted to develop my brand. And it was a really great moment in my life on becoming free, making my own decisions, the buck stopping with me, finding out about myself. And I spent the next 7 years building that business. It was a fashion business for kids, and it grew into quite a big business. Over 2 million a month turnover, 130 people working for me, big 80,000 square foot warehouse, 250 brands, raising over 15 million in capital. And I sold the business eventually in 2015. I learned a ton of stuff as a business owner, as a founder, as a commercial sales and marketing guy, building my brand and my business. And this little journey here on YouTube with this new channel is all going to be about exploring what it feels like to be a founder. What are the sort of common challenges that we have? How does it feel when you have those problems? How are we going to deal with scaling, hiring, raising capital, dealing with crisis moments? And we want to talk, and I want to talk about some of those topics in a little bit more detail and share, feel the pain that all of us as founders feel. And in some ways, my journey starts here. Starting a business when I nearly got fired, building a business under intense pressure, but feeling exhilarated and happy, a little bit war-torn and scarred at the end of it, but ultimately always being in control of my own destiny. So welcome to my channel. I'm interested in your comments and thoughts on topics you want to talk about, and let the journey begin.